I'm 25 today, which is admittedly a weird age to be. I'm like very much an adult in the sense that I pay my car insurance, rent, etc. But like, I rarely feel like an adult. For example, I put most of my tax return in a savings account for my wedding, but also spent most of last week with a 40 and Sonic Adventure. So here's a few life lessons for anyone who's not yet 25. People who aren't 25 can watch it too, I guess. That's fine. Number 1, don't give unsolicited advice, which pretty much invalidates this video right out the gate, but moving on. Look, if someone asks for your advice, obviously you should give it. They trust your opinion. But most people just want to complain about their job and they want someone to listen to them. Or they want to complain about their fiance playing Sonic drunk on the couch all last week. Learn how to listen. And like, really listen. Don't be planning a wicked comeback. Actually, take in what someone is saying to you. It also makes you seem thoughtful and mysterious. Also, don't complain too much. It annoys people and they're gonna stop asking you to do stuff. And then you're gonna wind up buying Sonic Adventure 2 and dumping your whole weekend down the drain. Actually, it's just really unhealthy for you. My fiance and I have a 10-minute shop talk rule, mostly because if I keep complaining about my job, I'm going to wind up single and dead of a heart attack by 26. Speaking of ages, there isn't a right age for anything. There isn't a right age to go to college, there isn't a right age to get married, and there certainly is not a magical age where you stop binging Friends on Netflix. Most of the time you're going to feel woefully underaged for any of life's continual problems. I'm afraid you're going to be way too young the first time you experience grief. And you're going to be too young the first time you're on your own financially.
I don't think food's in the budget this week.
Aww. Remember, everyone else was too young at one point too. And they made it. So can you. But like, on life's problems, they suck. There's going to be way more terrible things than there will be good things. But that's okay too. Nietzsche, in his Will to Power, writes, "To those human beings who are of any concern to me, I wish suffering, desolation, sickness, ill treatment, indignities. I wish that they should not remain unfamiliar with profound self-contempt, the torture of self-mistrust. I have no pity for them, because I wish them the only thing that can prove today whether one is worthy of anything or not, that one endures." Listen, I'm not trying to place a value on suffering or like advocate for people to go experience hardship because slum tourism is like a thing and it's like really gross. But life is hard. You will learn a lot about yourself during difficult times. I know it's hard right now, but these are the events that make us who we were meant to be. On that note, most of us have our own going on, so like cut everyone some slack. Everybody. Other people are way more interesting than you are, so take an interest in them. Read more books. It's good for you! Other things that are good for you. Don't bother dieting. It's not worth it, and they hardly work. Life is too short for you to be skipping McDoubles, okay? Exercise more, though. Is it going to radically change your body? No. Will it make you live longer and feel better? Yeah. Don't post concert footage on Instagram! Real talk. Your phone audio sucks, and all you're gonna do is scare people about to go to bed. However, if you do like recording concerts, who am I to judge? This one's a twofer. Don't judge people for the weird stuff they like. Don't let people judge you for the weird stuff you like. And news flash nerds. It's you and me who are kind of the problem right now. Being geeky and a nerd is kind of in. Being basic is not. So PSA, life is meaningless and everyone you've ever known is going to die. If caramel macchiatos and boy bands make that bearable for you, more power to you. And on a serious note, what tends to get trashed is women's interests. So second PSA, if you're woke and have good taste and you still think it's okay to make fun of women who like rom-coms and Ugg boots, you kinda suck. Please don't get mad at what I'm saying. Criticism is good, and if you're kind of offended by what someone said, some of it probably rang true. Keep in mind, if someone gives you some criticism, obviously they respect you, and they trust your relationship enough to give you honest feedback. return the favor by not being super defensive. However, and this returns to lesson number 1, some people are more critical than they should be. And at that point, they shouldn't be in your life. They might get their act together later, but right now, if every time you hang out, you feel bad about yourself, it's toxic. Respect yourself enough to not put effort into someone who's not going to put effort into you. And finally, you'll find someone who is worth the effort. I promise. So there you have it. Some dumb life lessons with a 25-year-old. So if you like that, share it. Thank you. Bye.